it's kind of amazing how different an 800 grit looks from the 36 that I rough everything in with on a blade. And now that I've got the fuller basically polished out, like, oh, there's a gigantic difference on the shine. Alright, put my 60 back up, didn't I? Maybe I didn't. Oh, I need to switch. Contact wheel. Because surprising, this actually works better for getting a smooth flat grind than my uh, my platen does on something this long. I need to go 61st. I want to spend all day on it.
Stream Elements. Said Sadagrin is now live. Streaming makers and crafting. Arming sword. JMB 905 and Panda Bear 0245. Said here Sad.
Hey, JMB, how are you doing? They're basically just polishing up this arming sword right now. To work it through the grit stage.
JMB 905 and Panda Bear 0245. Said doing well and yourself.
Doing alright. Got a little bit of a headache going on, but that's, I'm sure, my transitioning back into ketosis. Day 3? Day 2. I was trying to eat better again. Something I'm not always great at. Because I like eating everything. And that is why I'm as big as I am. It's still not huge, but it's bigger than I really want to be. It messes with my sense of who I am. I was always a skinny guy for most of my life. That's not who I am anymore. Definitely just wipe down. After that, the pinch tub is filthy. After getting stealthy, it's a little harder to see all my scratches that I'm trying to remove.
Half-blind woodwork. Said, hey, how's it going?
Hey, that's a name I don't recognize. It's the first time chatting. It is a first time chat. How are you doing, Half-blind? Doing pretty good. Depending on how fast this goes, I might get to a little bit of wood tonight, because the handle for this is going to be walnut. The walnut has arrived. It really depends on how fast the polishing goes. Get on a 60 for that phase. I'm assuming based on your name, you are a woodworker. Maybe one that wears glasses. Are any of these accurate guesses? Or are you just trolling us with your name? You can actually see just fine.
Half-blind woodwork. Said, I appreciate metalwork, I'm just not cool enough to do it.
Not cool enough to do it? And it can be cool. I don't know if there's a certain amount of required tool factor to do metal. I'm kind of mediocre with the wood. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. Gonna be a lot more of these cooling passes as I go up the grit. The higher grit definitely generates friction faster. The heat, and after the heat treat, that's something we don't really want. Cannot encourage heat. So how did you find me, Half-blind? Always curious how new people find their way here.
Half-blind woodwork. Said, lol, yeah, I work with wood, but not sure if I qualify as a woodworker yet.
Okay. Kind of at the hobby level where I'm at with the metal. Although this one is a paid commission, so I can claim with some sort of definitive clarity that I am a professional swordsmith. My career is just not this.
Half-blind woodwork. Said, just bumming about on the Maker's stream. Half-blind woodwork. Said, oh cool.
But yeah, usually what I do is swords. And I guess I've amassed a bit of a reputation for it, despite self-assessing myself around like maybe upper level apprenticeship level work. But I'm pretty active in a medieval fighting community that sees my stuff, and people reach out to me from time to time, finding me with stuff. which is descriptive of this particular project. And this one was fun because it's stainless steel, so it's a CM154, which is not a metal I normally work with. So I had to actually finally get around to wiring up my kiln so I could heat treat this, because you really need CM154 to sit its soap at 1900 to 2000 Fahrenheit. It leaves the soap for half an hour in the heat treat process. Most of the high carbon stuff that I usually do, I don't have to let soak
I
as
used to be
much.
a costumer, and it's hard to find people doing this.
Really? What kind of costuming did you do? Was it for like live theater, or was it like LARPing stuff, or cinema, TV, commercials? You specialize in a time period, or you just kind of do whatever?
Half-blind woodwork. Said theatre and cosplay primarily.
Okay. So you're in good company here then. The medieval group that I am involved in has a lot of cosplay crossover, and you probably noticed a good chunk of the people who are in chat have experience with that.
Yeah, can't be too picky if you want to get paid.
I mean, if you've got the reputation, you probably could be, but getting to that point. If people know you as like the go-to for Elizabethan, you could probably just pick Elizabethan stuff. But you'd have to be very involved in the community to probably get that kind of specializing. I got some stretching in here from the 36.
Half-blind woodwork. Said I love some Elizabethan garb, but menswear isn't my thing.
Menswear, or just the menswear from Elizabethan?
Half-blind woodwork. Said both.
Fair. So what is your favorite look then? If it's not men's and it's not especially men's Elizabethan. This is a sword that kind of predates that. We're working on an army sword at the moment. I would say most of my garb kind of fits in the Romanesque. Over in that corner is a Sherburg breastplate sitting on top of a Roman spirit. Definitely bounced around a bit.
Half-blind woodwork. Said anything with wild shapes, love a corset, love a hoop skirt. Half-blind woodwork. Said oh sick.
Is this stuff that you just enjoy making, or is this stuff for you that we're talking about? I think we are good on the 60. And we're going to step on up to the 120. And we should start to really get shiny around 200, but we're going to keep it going all the way up to the 800 like we did for the fallers. I got this massive pile of belts here. Probably put some of these away as I use them. So does it continue to just growing as a massive pile of belts where it doesn't belong? Alright, 60 is put away. See if that lasts. It won't last. Even at the 120, I'm already starting to see a
Half-blind woodwork.
bit more
Said
tiny.
I've done both. What's the commission?
Something commission. This commission is for an arming sword that's going to be used in the knighting ceremony for one of the guys in my fighting sword. He's in the Northeast, and I don't really know him. And I definitely don't know the guy who contacted me offering to pay for it, which is kind of cool. My reputation has spread enough that I'm getting contacted by strangers online asking me to make swords and willing to pay shop prices. My shop price is admittedly kind of low still because I know it takes me a while to do stuff. I'm not doing too fast. And I don't feel like you really justify charging $100 an hour, and the sword's probably going to take me $20 to $25. Definitely invested in enough tools in here that I could make that logic water unit. But I'm not backed up with enough paying work right now that I need to raise my prices. It's just a nice commission. And since this is not my full-time gig, I've got a little bit of leeway in charging what I think is probably more fair than what I would do if I was having a gig. But yeah, once I get this all polished out, we still need to finish up like the guard and the pommel and get them polished out as well. And then we're going to be moving on to the etching for them. While this is a stainless steel blade, we're still etching some words down the side. Cantor Escaladium is going on the edge of the blade, which translates to song and sword. And we're also going to be putting the recipient's heraldry on the pommel, which is going to be fun because it's moderately intricate and the pommel's not very big. But we're working on it. Came in on a non-forging day. Probably will be forging Friday. I have other swords also that need done. On a bit of a schedule. I'd like to get this one done probably Friday and start with next. The fact that I'm on the polishing, I feel like I'm pretty good on time. So pretty good. I'm gonna put away the 120, move up to the 220 grit. which is really where you kind of start seeing it shine better. Although I guess it's already quite a bit better looking than where it was at the 36 where I started tonight. Yeah, it's just amazing that it's like it starts to hit it with people. Probably the single most noticeable grit change. Okay, at this point I probably should put on some thin gloves so that I don't move a whole lot of handle oil onto the blade. But I need it thin so that I can feel if it starts to get hot. Heat is still not our friend. Yeah, this is shined up so much more. The temptation to stop at 220 is honestly kind of there. Run it all the way to the end.